Hey, what's up guys? Today I wanted to do a review of the Cowboy Studios Softbox. Now this is the umbrella style softbox that you can buy on like Amazon or eBay. This particular one was sold under the Cowboy Studios brand name, but there are other brands that I believe are all made at the same plant. They're just sold under different names. For example, Neewer, and there are other places sometimes they don't have a name. All of these things appear to be the exact same quality, they just slap different brand names on them. Now, I personally bought this to use with speed lights, but it will also work with the studio light. But the reason why I picked it up is because typically when I use speed lights, I'm shooting with umbrellas. And I was in a situation the other day where I didn't really need the huge studio lights with an enormous, well, that's actually an octabox, but with an enormous softbox. And I wanted to use a softbox because the umbrellas, I was indoors and the umbrellas were just sending light everywhere. And I didn't have one, and I'll be honest with you, it's difficult for me to justify spending $150 on like a Westcott Apollo softbox. So anyways, I finally ended up picking one of these up. I had seen them online and I had been reluctant to buy them because the reviews on Amazon are all over the place, and to be honest with you, you absolutely can't believe reviews that you read on Amazon. And I'm going to make another video where I'm going to talk about that here in the near future, but I didn't know what to think. So I finally just went and bit the bullet on this. This cost $35 and it came with the grid. So I figured if it sucked and it broke after a couple of uses, I wasn't out a lot of money. Now, you can get it for $25 without the grid, but I opted for the grid, and I'll show you guys some sample pictures right here. I know these aren't great pictures, but this is just me messing around. You can see the image without the grid, how well lit the background is, my office is, and then with the grid, how it controlled that light and it kept the background relatively dark. Granted, I moved in the frame, but the light itself was not changed, the direction of it or anything like that. So the grid actually does work. And that was one of my concerns with purchasing this, was when I looked at the sample pictures, the grid looked really, really loose in the pictures that were posted on Amazon. And the diffuser looked really, really loose. And so I kind of didn't think it would work, to be honest with you, because it just looked like it sagged. And although it's not perfectly fitting in here because of the size, it actually works relatively well. So I'm going to do this backwards. I'm going to take it off in this video rather than put it together, because even though it doesn't take long to assemble, it is a little bit easier for me to talk while I take it apart rather than for me to face this and put it together. So it's on there just with Velcro. So if you don't want to shoot with the diffuser, you just take it off. It's absolutely no big deal. It's super easy to assemble. And then you've got your single diffuser here. Now, the big complaint from a lot of people is the fact that you can see here in the back, there's a zipper. You can't really tilt this softbox because of the way that the zipper and the material is here. It doesn't allow you to tilt this up or down. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's not a big deal. The one kind of cool thing about this is it is so incredibly lightweight. I can always just have an assistant hold it up or tilt the angle if I need it to be done, because this thing is ridiculously lightweight. That's really the only thing that I don't like about it. Now, one of the things that I really like about this is I don't like, the one thing I don't like about shooting with like umbrellas is the fact that you get hot spots, because the light is going directly through the umbrella and onto your subject. So here where the flash comes out, the flash intensity is going to be most intense right where it hits the umbrella in the center. Even though you've got it set to like, let's say 24 millimeters and it spreads out a little bit, it's very intense there. So with a lot of cheap softboxes where they don't have two diffusers, an inner baffled and then the outer diffuser, you get those hot spots whenever the flash is facing out towards the subject you're shooting. So I really don't like those softboxes for that reason. And even when you do have two diffusers, you can still sometimes get hot spots. So I really like having softboxes and reflective umbrellas where it shoots back, spreads out the light, and then hits the diffuser. To me, it helps to avoid hot spots and things like that. One of the things that I do a lot is I do a lot of sports photography, especially for little kids, little league teams and things like that. And you get a kid who's been waiting 30 minutes to have his picture taken, and he comes up and he's got a sweaty forehead, it's going to shine a lot if you don't really have that light diffused. And so I really like having something reflective like this to just spread that light out and diffuse it. So I really, really like it. Now, the one concern, or I guess the biggest concern you could say I had about these, because I've bought a lot of cheap umbrellas on like eBay and stuff like that. That was smart. I had screwed my speed light instead of the umbrella. That was real smart. Anyways, you can see it just goes over like that. And then it just collapses just like an umbrella. Sorry for getting sidetracked there. When you buy the cheap umbrellas on eBay or Amazon, what ends up happening is these little metal rivets. They're very thin and they're very weak. So if you step on your umbrella, if it falls over, they end up breaking really easy. And that is the one advantage to spending a little bit more money buying an umbrella that has either a little bit thicker rivet, or some of them have like little plastic pieces over them that keeps them from breaking. And it's only a few dollars extra, so it is kind of worth spending the extra money to get them. And that was my big concern about this. But what I like about this, and you probably can't see it in the video, but this diffuser, it has 2 rivets on each side. So it gives basically double the strength. So instead of having a single rivet that's going to bend and break easily, it has a little bit of extra support. I don't know if you'll be able to see that because it's silver and the background is silver. But overall, I'm actually really impressed with the quality. Yeah, it doesn't feel as well built as like the Palsy Buff Octobox that I held up a few minutes ago, that huge one. You know, that thing is durable. It's not going to rip. It's going to last for years of heavy use. Is this going to last for years? No, but I expect to get a lot of use out of it before it finally does fall apart. And at 1/5 of the Westcott Apollo, I can just buy 5 of them and get a ton of use out of them. So overall, I am actually really happy with that. Now, that is the umbrella style. You guys saw how it collapsed just like a regular umbrella. So it's really fast and really easy to set up. I don't recommend that you get the other style of soft boxes that are not the umbrella, because even though I've never personally owned one, I've talked to people who have, and they've told me the rivets have broken very easily and it's very difficult and time consuming to take apart and collapse. So if it's something that you're going to be using on location a lot, like for me, that's the reason why I bought it. It's going to be used on location pretty much exclusively. So I want something that is fast and easy to set up and is going to be durable. So I hope that helps you guys out. It's an incredibly inexpensive piece of gear, and I am actually really pleased with it. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.